Hi, it's Dr. David Greene, founder and CEO of US Lead Network, the nation's leading healthcare internet marketing firm. The topic today is 5 essential pay-per-click tips to utilize for your medical practice. Now, there's actually going to be 6 because I came up with a bonus one, so stay tuned because the best is at the end. All right, so here are a few things to keep in mind. Pay-per-click works, all right? What is it exactly? Well, it's advertising through search engines and other mediums, but today I'm going to concentrate on Google because they have 75 to 80% of the pay-per-click market, and they make like $15 billion a quarter just from pay-per-click advertising. Now, how does pay-per-click work? Well, when you type in something like, dentist in Chicago, the results that you get in the middle of the page are organic. That's how Google shows you the rankings. But at the top, they have ads. And at the bottom, they have ads. They don't really have ads on the right side anymore. They used to. They also have that map section. But I'm talking about the ones that say ad next to it. Now, people do click on those. And you can get a lot of business from those. But it's an auction. So you're bidding on those. Your competitors are bidding on those. And Google looks at it as a combination. Who bids the most and whose quality is the best on their website. They look at that. And when they put that together, their algorithm decides who goes number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. So over the years, those bids continue to go up, so it becomes more expensive. So when you look at some of the most expensive healthcare bidding terms, for instance, drug rehab center, they're very expensive. It can be, $25 to $50 per click. But most of them, like weight loss and pain management and things like that, are in the $3 to $4 to $5 range. When you get fertility, plastic surgery, those are usually $8 to $12 range. It's expensive, but like I said, it can bring you business. So let's get down and dirty with the 5 tips. The first tip is that your targeting needs to be spot on. Now, what is targeting? What does that mean? Well, there's a couple different aspects to it. When you set up a pay-per-click campaign on Google, it starts, at the top with the name of your campaign. Okay. Underneath that are your ad groups. So here's an example. You're a dentist in Tuscaloosa, and you offer several different types of services: cosmetic dentistry, restorative dentistry, dentures, general dentistry, so on and so forth. Each of those should be an ad group. Okay. You don't just make one ad group and put all these different keywords underneath it. The best way to set it out is to put 10 to 20 keywords under each ad group. That way you can manage it better. You can see what's working better. You can see the different bidding strategies, location, things like that. That's really the way that a best campaign is set up. Now, another aspect to targeting is location. So for instance, let's go back to the dentist in Tuscaloosa. Let's say you think that you can capture patients from a radius of 20 miles. Then you can actually put your location as the center of that and put a radius circle around it. Now, other ways that Google lets you do it is you can set up certain zip codes, you can set up counties, you can set up the whole country if you're a national campaign. You can set up the whole country and then put some exclusions in. I mean, you can get uber specific about where you're targeting from. And you can do different radii. For instance, you can set up 1 mile around your practice, 2 miles, different circles to figure out where you're getting the most conversions. We'll talk about conversions in a little bit. Second tip that I want to bring up is called keyword planning. Now, in the broad sense, keywords can be put into several different categories. One is actually broad. So, for instance, if you're a plastic surgeon in Los Angeles, you can use the word plastic surgeon as a broad keyword. Okay. Now, someone may be typing in plastic surgeon jobs available, and that's, unless you're offering a job, that's not what you want to advertise for. So those are going to lead to wasted clicks. Okay. So better would be plastic surgeon in Los Angeles or wherever you may be, and do an exclusion. You can do negative keywords for those that you don't want to show your ads for. Research paper, jobs, things like another doctor's name, who they're just looking to find where's a practice that I had, my daughter was seen at. I want to call them because she's got some drainage. You don't want to click for that. That's just a waste. So you can put negative keywords in for the ones that you don't want to show up for, and then you can either use broad match, very specific match, or something in between. All right? And as your campaign goes on, those keywords can continue to be honed in. You know, if the person managing the campaign, we do a ton of this, we're a Google certified partner, notices that these keywords are being clicked on but not leading to a conversion ever, it can become a negative keyword. So keyword planning is really, really important for your campaign. The third pay-per-click tip I want to bring up is your ad copy. That's what people are going to see either in your display ads or your text ads. See, there's actually multiple different types of ads that Google has. They own YouTube, so you can do YouTube video ads. Text ads are the most common. Those are the ones where you type in, let's say oral surgeon in Minneapolis. And at the top, you'll see the ads. Those are text ads, okay? So you want to try different copy because what Google will do is they'll rotate through those and see which one is working better. And they'll start to show more and more the ad that's working well, getting a better click-through rate. The click-through rate is if your ad is shown 100 times, how many times it gets clicked on. A good click-through rate is over 2%, 2 out of 100. A bad click-through rate is like 0.5%. If you can get it up to 4, 5, 6, 7%, great. Google will love you even more, okay? So you want to experiment with your ad copy, and you want to really focus on the benefits to the consumer. Not as much on the features. And we'll talk about where to focus on the features, but the benefit to the consumer. Sell the outcome. The outcome is what's most important here. Make your customers, potential customers, the center of the story, okay? Don't make it so much about what you have to offer as much as what you can do for them. The fourth pay-per-click tip is to try different ad formats. So I mentioned that Google has several things to offer. Well, they do. They have text ads, they have display ads, which they can do at different sizes. So for instance, our graphic designers know these sizes, and they have one called a skyscraper, which goes on the side of a website. They have ones that are square, they have ones that are strips at the top. And what Google has is a Google ad network. So they can put your ads on websites that accept ads from the Google ad network on sites that are very similar or in the same space as what you're offering. If it's a healthcare website, they can offer your types of ads to people. So that's not necessarily, a Google search, but it's a display ad that can show up on a website that might have somebody who needs your or wants your services. Another is video ads. When you go to YouTube and watch a video, the video at the beginning, it's an ad. It can be very annoying, actually. Well, that's an ad. Someone's paying probably 10 to 30 cents for you to watch that ad. They can also put them, when you search on YouTube, they can put them in the middle of ads now. It can be very specific. Those have a low yield, but they're inexpensive, so it may actually be more cost effective than others. So there's several different ad mediums that Google has to offer. Bing has them as well. So pay-per-click tip number 5 is that your landing page, whether it's a landing page or your landing page is your website, should be consistent with the copy of the ad. Okay, so sending all of your ads to the home page of your website, terrible idea. What you should do is, let's say you offer stem cell therapy for 10 different conditions. Well, why not send them to that page on your website? If they click on an ad for arthritis, send them to the arthritis page on your website or a specific landing page you have set up for arthritis. If you're a cosmetic dentist and you're sending them to a page for veneers or something like that, why not have the page on your website that focuses on veneers and have a nice call to action there and mirror the copy onto that? That's going to lead to much higher conversion rates for patients through the door than if you just send them to the homepage of your website and make them do the work to find on your website with the navigation what it is that they're looking for. Don't make them do the work. Do the work for them. Have a call to action. Just lead them to the promised land, so to speak. All right, so now let's get to number 6, and that is the pay-per-click tip bonus that is probably the best one of all. We focus on what's called conversion tracking. What you really want to know in a pay-per-click campaign is what's producing the desired outcome, right? So, Google's not sitting at the front desk of your practice monitoring how somebody answers the phone, how well they're able to convert somebody from a lead, into a patient at the practice. So if you can take it as far as you can, which basically says, okay, they've clicked, then what happened? Did they fill out a form? Did they call your practice? Google offers conversion tracking, and what we actually do is put those tracking codes on the back of the forms. You also can have call tracking, so that we have call tracking specific numbers that we can correlate that phone number to a keyword that was clicked on to see what the conversion rate is and if that keyword's a good one. Because if you're converting that keyword over and over and over again, focus on that keyword, right? But if you're just letting Google do all the work for your campaign, they don't follow that. They're not going to tell you, right? They're not going to optimize it so that you're spending less money to get more patients in the door. That's not the way they work. Now, if you do the work, you could potentially have half the spend and get more output, more patients in the door. All right, so those are 6 great tips. I could probably do 16 more, but I'll leave it at that for now. All right, so visit us today at usleadnetwork.net. We've been doing healthcare internet marketing for 10 years now. I've helped hundreds of clients. I've written 2 books on healthcare internet marketing. I would gladly have my team do a website audit and an online presence audit for you. Then I would like to do a 30-minute consultation at no cost with you to go through what we can offer. I guarantee you that will help you increase your patients through the door very cost effectively, much more than TV, radio, or print. So call us today at 877-791-6466. Thank you.